469 horsepower, 800-volt architecture, and a WLTP range that makes every electric SUV in this segment look underprepared. The BMW iX3 xDrive is the first car off the Neue Klasse platform. Whether 89,000 euros buys the reset BMW promised, or just a very expensive press release, is what this walk-around answers. The kidney grille returns to the vertical proportions of the 1960s 2002, and with the iconic glow package on this M Sport Pro, it illuminates at night. No plastic wheel arch cladding, no chrome strips, window seals hidden so glass sits flush against the body, dropping the drag coefficient from 0.29 to 0.24. That is range, not styling. Sapphire black metallic on 22-inch M bicolor wheels gives this car a stance heavier than it photographs. But the real story is what BMW removed. Fender badges, M badges, visual noise. I did not expect restraint from Munich. The instrument cluster is gone. Panoramic iDrive projects speed, navigation, and warnings across the lower windscreen, A-pillar to A-pillar, without dropping your eyes. The 17.9-inch touchscreen angles toward the driver. The iDrive rotary controller that defined 20 years of BMW cabins has been deleted. Ambient lighting pulses through translucent dashboard surfaces. And in M Sport Pro trim at night, the effect is atmospheric without becoming a nightclub. Physical column stalks survive with a weighted action that makes you trust every input. Climate controls live entirely in the touchscreen. That is the one decision I cannot defend. The M Sport seats put you lower than expected for an SUV and hold shape through corners without hardening over distance. The buttons recessed into the smaller 4-spoke wheel rim require a deliberate thumb stretch, a genuine ergonomic misstep. The 17.9-inch touchscreen responds without any perceptible lag, and the menu structure is logical enough that you stop hunting for functions after about 20 minutes with it. BMW has kept a drop-down shortcut panel accessible from any screen, which means your most used controls stay one swipe away regardless of how deep you are in the settings. The display clarity in direct sunlight on this show floor was noticeably better than what I have seen on the Q6 e-tron at previous events. One thing nobody mentions is that the panoramic display slightly blocks your forward view over the bonnet. At junctions, you lean around it. The center console floats above an open storage cavity that runs the full depth between the front seats, the kind of space you instinctively use for a bag or a bottle without thinking about it. The wireless charging pad holds your phone at a slight angle that prevents it from sliding under braking, which is a small calibration that most competitors still get wrong. And the physical glove box latch on the passenger side opens with a single pull instead of requiring a screen tap, one of those decisions that tells you someone on this interior team has actually lived with a touchscreen-only car and decided against it. That is the honest trade-off. Rear passengers sit on a completely flat floor, with legroom closer to the X5 than the X3 this car replaces. The backrests adjust from 23 to 31 degrees, a feature usually reserved for cars at twice this price. The 40-20-40 split means longer items slide through the center without losing both outer seats. 520 liters with seats up, around 18.4 cubic feet. Flat floor, low lip, hidden compartment underneath. Seats down, 1,750 liters, around 61.8 cubic feet. Then there is BMW's first frunk on a production EV. 58 liters, around 2 cubic feet, built from 30% recycled fishing nets, with drain plugs and a 10-kilogram weight limit. It keeps charging cables away from groceries. The drain plugs mean you can fill it with ice for tailgating. That is an oddly specific engineering decision that tells you someone on this team uses their own car. 345 kilowatts from 2 motors on 800-volt architecture. 645 newton-meters of torque moves 2,360 kilograms to 104.9 seconds, around 62 miles per hour. Neither motor uses rare earth metals. The 108.7 kilowatt-hour battery returns up to 916 kilometers WLTP, around 569 miles in the most efficient configuration. This car on 22-inch wheels is rated at 721 kilometers, around 448 miles. That gap from wheel choice alone is worth knowing before you configure. 10 to 80% in 21 minutes at 400 kilowatts. 99% of braking handled through regeneration alone. 89,396 euros is shown here at the Graz Motor Show, against a base of 69,950. The Q6 e-tron, the GLC Electric, and the Model Y all enter this conversation at different price points. What separates this iX3 is that the range, the charging architecture, the interior rethink, and the driving platform arrive together on the same car for the first time. BMW has built electric vehicles for a decade. This is the first one that feels like a blank sheet instead of an apology. Whether that justifies the configured price depends on what you are replacing, but the evidence is harder to dismiss than I expected. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.